Your civil, let's see, actor. Okay, yeah. So Bill S. Preston, activism used to be about taking action, not just making noise. Yeah, you feed the hungry, clothe the naked, shelter the homeless, care for the sick, visit the imprisoned. Yeah, 100%.
Guess who still does that?
Who?
Churches
Yeah.
and sobriety programs
Hmm.
still go and you know, do that day in, that you know, it's still being done every day, but it's not the flashy type of social media activism that the Wokosos are into.
Hmm.
They Wokosos don't have the backbone to do this actual type of uh, activism work in the communities. In fact, what they've been doing them is just they've made it worse for real social programs,
Hmm.
churches, and they just have made it worse
Yeah.
because they've created more of a mess. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'll stop.
Yeah. We could go on. I
We
know
can go
those
on, buddy.
stories.
Yeah.
I I know for a fact that for people who actually want to help the community, the government, the local governments, the state makes it very difficult for people to do good because hey, the government obviously can do it better. They collect our taxes. They
Wow.
collect our taxes and they wisely use that money to help its citizens.
Especially in California.
Yes, yes. All right. Let's see. Gonshagi 437 for 199. Thank you. Even if it's good, well, enough folks still care. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's the $1 million question right there.
Deadpool.
Uh, no, it's just the studios have it's like they've done so much harm to the properties
Hmm.
that even if they pull off a good one, uh, you know, would we go out and see it again with was it with the vigor that we did the original? Like let's say word came out that the next Star Wars movie was would be amazing, it would be great.
Yeah.
Would people come out and see it?
No, I got you. I got you. I
Yeah.
will say, that people are hungry to love something, and
Hmm.
I think Godzilla and Dune 2 are good examples of that.
Yeah.
Whether they're you like them or not, you can still see audiences are still they're just dying to be engaged
Yeah.
and not talked down to, or educated, which is so odd that Star Wars and Disney films have taken upon themselves to do that.
Hmm. Yeah. When I talk to studio owners about Angel Studios, I mean, they love Angel Studios because people show up, people come to the theater and see Angel Studios, and selfishly, they get half the ticket gate, unlike the big studio films where they get a third of the ticket gate and the studio gets 2/3 of it. So they like the financial situation. I mean, look at Indiana Jones and Dial of Destiny.
Oof.
Um, yeah, the Deadpool Wolverine. I mean, it looks like it's gonna be really good. I don't think there's any question there.
Hmm.
Um, let's see, Alien Romulus. The not I saw Alien the first time not too long ago, about a year and a half ago. It scares the hell out of me. I will tell you this footage we saw scared the hell out of me. The aliens are back, the face huggers are back, um, eggs are planted. This looks if the only thing I would say is, yeah, at times it does feel like it's the Scooby Doo squad, the Scooby Doo and the aliens, because they're all basically teenagers. To me, the issue there is not necessarily that you couldn't do it with teenagers, but do they act like teenagers or do they act like superhuman adults? And it looks really good. Ridley Scott claims that it's fucking amazing, so maybe that's a good endorsement of the film. But the footage that we saw is very effective, very tense. Um, have you heard
So
anything else?
you're not talking about the trailer. You got to see some actual footage.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. See, this is the thing. I was so let down with the trailer.
Hmm.
So that's good to know. So you're saying it's a step up from the trailer.
Yes, I
This is the
mean,
Fede Alvarez alien
mhm.
Romulus, correct?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
it's definitely we saw action. We saw lots of action. We saw
Hmm.
we saw the threat that the aliens are, and
Okay, and then how about our female protagonist? Is she like a Ripley, or did we get like a chunk of dialogue, like some character background on her?
well, I will say this. I didn't know much about the movie going in. So
Hmm.
when you say female protagonist, I'll say this. It's a team of teens,
Hmm.
and it was fairly balanced in terms
It's
of the
ensemble.
action.
Okay.
It's an ensemble piece.
Okay. Fair
So,
enough.
so for me to say, yeah, there was a female lead. There probably was, and I think I know who it is. But in that scene, she wasn't necessarily the Ripley character. It involved everybody, and to be honest, an ensemble piece, that's the way it should be. All right. Then
All
we
right.
go. Then we go to Barry Jenkins, who the Academy Award winning from the Academy Award winning Moonlight brings us Mufasa, the Lion King.
Oh boy.
Yes, and he comes out and he talks about his love of the Lion King, his love of movies, how his mother would take him to movies all the time. And he was given a script to Mufasa and asked to direct it. And he said yes. And he presents a convincing argument that he was the right guy to do this. Um, Time will tell. We'll see. We saw some footage. Essentially, the story takes us outside of the Pride Lands, and it's kind of an origin story of Scar and Mufasa, and the Pride Lands itself.
Hmm.
And some of our friends are back. Rafiki, I believe Timon's in it. And it's this one. We saw the trailer, and I saw that trailer in The Lion King. There wasn't exactly anything that stood out in the trailer that says, "Hey, this is different from the first one."
Mm.
Um, and maybe it's just a bad trailer. So it's really hard to judge whether this will be good. We got a log line. That's how we know the story, and we got a very personal, heartfelt story from Barry Jenkins. And that's the only thing I can. That's the only thing I have that gives any indication that this could be a good movie.
See my movie, or I'm gonna lose my job. Was that the
Yeah,
tagline? Logline?
yeah, exactly. But it comes out Christmas, so it's got a
Um,
ways away. And they did not spoil who wrote the music, so we have no idea. I don't think it was Elton John.
Man, there's just a lot of like, remaking, sequelizing, all that stuff. It's like there's not a lot of new stuff
Hmm.
this past week. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. What Disney has one original movie
Okay.
coming out. Then the last one, Moana 2. I
Exactly.
Okay, so first, the exciting thing about the Moana 2 presentation
Yeah.
was the appearance of Dwayne the Rock Johnson, the final boss, who lost at WrestleMania, and although he did pin Cody in night one. So he comes out, and yeah, this is you know this is one of those things that if you didn't know the history of Moana 2, of the production of it, you would think, yeah, this is going to be great. But the fact that a it was announced a couple of weeks ago at an earnings call from Disney.
Yeah.
Uh, B, this is they were making a Moana TV series in Vancouver. They decided to switch it from being a TV series to making it a movie.
Yeah.
And then a week ago, they recently announced the signing of Dwayne the Rock Johnson and Aurelio Carvalho. I know I butchered the name, but the original Moana, and so she's back. And this movie's coming out at Thanksgiving, and then they showed us the opening moments of the film where Moana sings the opening song, and I'm like, how the hell did they pull this together? Um, Look, if I'll say this about the trailer.
Uh-huh.
If you've been reading the D files, you know what a mess Wish was and how intentionally bad it was. This, I will admit, is a return to form for Disney films. So Wish was more or less a fluke
Hmm.
um, in terms of the how horrible the animation was. This one, again, return to the original. It looks like a Moana movie. Um, the opening number was basically, "Hey, I'm back. I'm back to the village." After Wave running for so long,
Hmm.
and the movie catchy. I don't remember a single lyric or harmony from it, um, but it's back, and I'm pretty sure that's probably the first thing they made her sing when she got back, when Moana got back, and we'll see. This is this
I
is
gotta
this
tell
is
you,
my
man. Go ahead. How you describe it just sounds like garbage, man.
well, you know what it
I mean,
you know what
I
it is.
mean,
I do want to
this
give
all
it.
is very depressing, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you want to give it a fair chance, but they have a reputation, and also they didn't show you anything that would inspire you to believe that things are better. And I
Okay.
think that's the problem with all this. So here, I'll tell you what I think will be uh, the movies that have a chance to be successful based on
Mm-hmm.
what we saw.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is Deadpool versus Wolverine. Deadpool and Wolverine.
Sure.
I think that's the surefire hit of Disney for the summer. The second one is Inside Out. I think if what we saw is an indication of what the entire film is, it's going to be a big hit for kids, and I think it will do just as good as the first movie, provided that again the and it sticks to the landing. The third one is Alien Romulus. I think the only thing working against it is the fact that it is a horror film, and
Mm-hmm.
whether you can get enough people to go out and see it. But I think Alien fans, I think definitely I'll have a big weekend because I think it will appeal to Alien fans, and or soon to be Alien fans. So, and then the last one was Planet of the Apes. Um,
Mm.
I think I get a better understanding of what the story is, and it seems interesting. I think it will do well, but I'm not exactly. I've never really been excited about the Planet of the Apes series, the new ones at least. Um, but it's my job to see it, so we'll see. But again, if it looks this good and the story pays off, I think you'll. I think it'll be. It will make money.
So Disney comes out with their slate, the presentation of the rest of the year and stuff from next year, correct?
Hmm. Yeah,
They bring
going
out
into
this,
Winter Soldier. Yeah, I'm sorry,
yeah,
going into Captain America.
and they got their stars. Some came out, some didn't. Did video
Hmm.
presentations. I don't know what's missing. You got the Inside Out. You got Moana 2. What's missing from their slate in the presentation? But they've spent millions and millions of dollars.
Let's see. Well, the one that comes to mind is Elio.
No,
Uh,
Snow
no,
White.
it's no. Oh,
Why? I bring this up because there was a post from Rachel Ziegler yesterday,
hmm.
being on vacation
Yeah,
and all that stuff. I'm like, this is supposed to be Snow White was the first of first, correct? The original.
right. The first.
And you pushed it back a year. You're going to do this and that changes. Shouldn't we have something of quality to show? Shouldn't we have a scene, an
Hmm.
image, a teaser trailer, something? And then you could bring out your biggest, youngest star, Rachel
Hmm.
Ziegler, to present it at CinemaCon 2024.
Yeah,
Nothing, Alan.
yeah. Well,
What
okay. In
happened?
fairness, they did announce that Snow White is pushed off a year. So, I mean, they did honestly. They didn't announce it here. They announced it
That's
several
been
months ago.
announced.
Yeah, it's
But
been announced.
but
So it's not.
but
Yeah.
but they did that with ballerina, and yet they had a ballerina presentation,
Hmm. Yeah.
right, which was very
Yeah.
successful.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
that had problems as well.
yeah, and I will mention that Elio was supposed to come out this year,
Hmm.
and I barely know anything about that. And that's I don't know the fate of that one either. But I mean, it does surprise me I mean, the biggest surprise was Moana 2, because that just came out of nowhere. And it just, the way the news came out about it was that it's, they they need something.
Yeah.
And Moana 2 is probably the best thing they have. And I believe they got to their credit, they did get a Broadway composer and lyricist to write the music for it. But I never heard of the play they did. I don't have time to look it up, but it's one of these small pairs.
The mothership that is Disney does need a hit, right? Because even if Deadpool and Wolverine is a huge hit, it's not really theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man's not really theirs.
Yeah.
And they need a massive hit, and I just find it interesting, disappointing, and it says a lot that they could not even show anything on any level of Snow White. It might be a smart move on them, because maybe they just want Ziegler to go away for a few years.
Yeah.
So that was just a point I wanted to bring up.
Yeah. See, the impression I got was there's no sense that the ship has been righted, that they're moving in the right direction. The hits that are gonna come out of Disney are coming out of Fox, and the only surprise is that Inside Out 2 could actually be good. That's the sense I got walking away from this.
Yeah, and from an in-person source that we share, their Deadpool is totally gone off the reservation in a good way for us,
and
that they can't believe that Marvel Disney let them go this far.
Yeah.
So I'm like, thank God, because I'm
Well, yeah. Well, like you said, Disney needs the hit, and I think Disney is going to let Ryan Reynolds roast them for that hit,
and roast Feige.
Yeah,
it's great.
Absolutely.